The North Atlantic was turning dark, and convoy Raven 12 pushed east through cold, unforgiving water. At their front was Lieutenant Howard Harrison, steady-eyed, silent, and already worn by war.
Prepare for undragged gun!
Captain Elias Ward stood on the bridge, reading the horizon like a warning. Then the lookout saw it, a dark shape moving fast through the mist. The bridge fell silent as every eye turned toward the approaching silhouette. Ward ordered a signal lamp flashed across the waves, demanding identification. The answer returned wrong, close enough to deceive, but wrong enough to kill.
Steady on, lads! Clearing now, sir! We made it!
Out of the fog came a raider, larger, heavier, and built for destruction.
Ward understood instantly. If it reached the convoy, dozens of ships would burn. He gave the only order that mattered: scatter the convoy and make smoke. Signal flares climbed into the evening sky as merchant ships turned hard apart. Smoke canisters hit the sea, and gray walls rose to hide the convoy. Then Blackthorn turned alone toward the enemy, leaving safety behind her. On deck, gunner Thomas Reed loaded a shell with shaking, frozen hands. Across the water, the raiders' heavy guns lifted and locked into place. A heartbeat later, the first salvo erupted with fire and thunder. Shells screamed overhead and crashed into the sea just ahead of Blackthorn. Walls of water rose over the bow, drenching steel, smoke, and terrified men. Reed fired back, knowing his shot was tiny against such a monster. But every shell Blackthorn fired forced the enemy to answer her first. The second enemy salvo landed closer, walking death steadily onto the ship. Then the bridge exploded in flame, glass, and twisted steel. Captain Ward was thrown down hard, blood soaking through his dark naval coat. Still alive, he pulled himself up and staggered back into the smoke. On deck, hoses fought the flames while ammunition crews stumbled through sparks. A blast tore the battle pennant from the mast and into the firelit air. One sailor climbed the shattered rigging and raised a fresh pennant above the blaze. The surviving crew cheered, not because they would live, but because they still stood. Ward saw enemy guns turning toward the convoy's fading shapes beyond the smoke. Wounded and barely standing, he forced himself aft to keep command alive. Reed loaded and fired again, each shot buying seconds with courage alone.
Then a shell tore through Blackthorn's funnel and burst deep below deck. The ship shuddered violently as fire and steam ripped through her insides. Still, one gun kept firing from the burning deck into the deepening night. For a brief moment, the raider lost the convoy behind smoke and confusion. Then the final hit came, tearing Blackthorn open and rolling her toward the sea. "Abandoned ship!" echoed through smoke as sailors leapt into the freezing black water. Reed surfaced gasping, the dying ship burning behind him in the dark. Hours later, survivors drifted in silence until rescue lights appeared through dawn fog.
Blackthorn was gone, but because she stood alone, most of the convoy survived.